Welcome back to Success Today. I'm your host, Bob Guiney. With me is best-selling author. I mean, I don't even think we have enough time to go over all the things that you've done. It's Antonio Edwards. We're looking at your book here, Be You, Be Great. It's the name of your best-selling book. It's the name of your academy.
Yes.
I mean, there is a million things that you do, and I think it couldn't come at a better time to have you on the show. It's all about real estate investing. It's all about making your wealth and making your mark. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into this industry.
Oh, well, Bob, first I'd like to thank you for being on Success Today show and inviting me to the show today. I mean, how I started, I mean, well, first let me talk about a little bit about myself. You know, I'm the founder of REI Rich and Famous, also the founder of Be You, Be Great Academy. And I've been in real estate investing for over 6 years now, you know, from wholesaling properties, rehabbing properties, you know, renovating properties, also from doing like creative notes, and also helping countless others around the country how to build wealth through real estate. And I have a passion for that, you know, just helping others around the country, you know, just get out the rat race, because you know, even if you live to 100 years of your life, that's only a short few years. So I believe you should be here on this earth living your dream.
Having fun.
Yeah, so if anybody that's in the rut out there, I have a passion to get them out of that rat race and just living their wildest dreams.
Yeah, and it's great that you're sharing it with people too. I mean, you want to put it out there and get them involved, which I love.
Absolutely.
Now, we were talking about different markets, different places that we've each lived. I know Virginia Beach for you, Orlando.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there are a general set of rules, or at least something that can apply regardless of where you're at, whether you're in Michigan, Florida, California, when it comes to investing in real estate that actually can make you a success?
Well, you're into real estate too.
I am. I love it. Yeah,
I gotta give you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it that you're here.
I mean, real estate is where it's at.
Yeah.
I don't care what niche you're in. I feel like real estate should be at least an extra egg in your basket. And there's many eggs in real estate alone.
Yeah.
You can, you know, diversify your portfolios with different strategies in real estate. No matter where you at, where you living, what part of the world you live in, there's real estate.
Right.
We're humans, right?
Sure.
So everywhere there's humans, there's a graveyard, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We drive on roads, that's real estate.
Yeah. Last time I checked, they're not making any more land, right?
They're not making more land. So he who has the most land wins.
It's like a real life version of Monopoly.
Yeah, so no matter where you are, real estate should be one of your arsenals that you should at least think about.
Yeah.
So get into real estate if you're watching this. If you're watching this show today.
Yeah, I love it. Now, you like you said, you've been in this for 6 years. How did you get started in this business? What was it that kind of kicked you into the whole thing?
Oh man, I'm gonna take you back a little bit.
Okay.
I started off as a truck driver. You know, just starting my teenage years. I was in high school, leaving high school, working as part-time driving trucks. And I didn't have no license or nothing like that. Just those little box trucks you see.
Sure.
And I was delivering copying machines. They started me off at $6.50 an hour.
Man.
So I started out in the rat race.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was taught naturally from my mom and dad, because that's all they knew. So I'm 16 years old, you know, driving these trucks, and I'm like, this can't be life. At 16, you know, while most of my friends, they're outside playing basketball or maybe just hanging out in the corner or whatever, I'm starting out early, busting my back.
Yeah.
And I had that in the back of my mind, but I just didn't know what it was I wanted to do at that time.
Right.
But I had a son on the way at the time, so I had to get a job.
Had to provide.
Yeah. So I was saving up money before he came.
Yeah.
So I was working this part-time job at $6.50 an hour. Fast forward 7 years, I'm still at the same daggone job. The total of the 7 years, they gave me $1.50 raise.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So you calculate that, that's $8 an hour.
That's a motivator, isn't it?
That's very motivating.
Yeah.
Very motivating. So I'm like, wow, this has to be another way. It has to be another way. So at 22 years old, my mom, through the grace of her, she gave me the book Rich Dad Poor Dad.
It's a great book.
Never read a book from cover to cover ever in my life until that book. Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I actually read that book on my lunch breaks and at late nights at home, coming from work.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like entrepreneurship sounds like that's where it is, owning your business. And also he touched base in the book on building wealth through real estate. Most of the wealthiest men in the world are real estate investors.
Yeah.
And as you know, Bob.
Of course. Yeah, I love it. Believe me, I love that book too.
Yeah, so that was my first book I ever read, cover to cover. Outside of a Dr. Seuss book.
Right, yeah, which not exactly the same benefits. From that book.
Right.
Yeah.
So that gave me the aha moment to like, man, I can quit this daggone truck driving job. So 22 years old, I read that book, and it took me a whole year to get that, resonate that, to give me the aha moment to tell my boss I quit. So at 23, I told my boss I quit. I went out there on my own and I started my music career. I love making tracks and I love, you know, writing songs or whatnot. So I started off my music career, but the negative part of it, I didn't have a plan.
Right.
I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a mentor at the time. So I failed.
Yeah.
I lost my house. I ended up going homeless, sleeping in my 1991 Honda Accord, single dad. So I'm like, man, this is back to square one. I mean, it felt like the worst part of my life because I did not want to go back to a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
Did not want to go back. So fast forward a few months, I went home back to mom and dad, and I started living with them to get back on my feet. All right. And then I met a guy that was in the music business. All right. And one day he showed me a check for $40,000. And he was like, I just flipped the house, no money down, no credit. And you probably know about this, Bob.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, come on now. Like, show me the ropes.
Right.
Is this a scam or what?
You started learning from him, huh?
So he took me under his wing as a mentor. And that's when I learned the power of a mentor, Bob. And he showed me how to flip houses. And at 26 years old, I flipped my first property. And I started my first real estate investing business in 2009, all right? And I flipped my first property for $12,500. That changed my game, changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you just kept rolling and rolling?
I just kept rolling. My first year of my real estate business, I flipped over 26 houses.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a big move.
Yeah. And I think once a person hit a tragic moment in their life, a tragic moment, that's when it gets that fire in their butts and they really take action.
Sure. Well, I would imagine too, coming home and moving back in with mom and dad, you were probably kind of feeling humbled a little bit, and it really kind of motivated you.
Super humbled.
Yeah. And now look at you.
Yeah.
I mean, Fox, NBC, MSNBC, best-selling author, Academy that you created on your own. I mean, such a success story.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about with you.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we need another show to get to it. But I think you and yourself are your best success story, which I love. You know, I mean, so you built this wealth. I mean, as far as it goes from a standpoint, I mean, you have so many people out there that you've touched with, and so many different, you know, aspects of your career that obviously they can relate to.
Absolutely.
How can our viewers find you? What's the best way for them to actually locate where they can get a hold of you and learn from your system? That's
a great question. I know people's on this show today that's watching this. I mean, I have a book right there. It's Be You, Be Great. Unleash your unique gift of greatness within you. And if you want to find me, if you want to find this book, you can find me.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, go to beyoubegreatnow.com. That's begreatnow.com. And this book right here, I'm so passionate about it because I feel like everyone has a gift.
Yeah.
I can go back when I was struggling, I was living in a car. I didn't know my greatness. I didn't know I had a greatness. And there's a lot of people out there that's working paycheck to paycheck. They don't know it's something out there, or it's on the flip side, they're working paycheck to paycheck, and they know it's something out there, but they just don't know where to go and where to turn.
Well, it's hard to leave that comfort zone,
too, right? It's hard to leave that comfort zone. Yeah. This book talks how to get out that comfort zone. It gives you the tips, like what I did and through past experiences of what my clients did to get out their comfort zone. This book works.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, what a success story. I think so many people are going to relate to your story, too.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people, you know, driving trucks or stuck in a 9-to-5 they don't love.
I know.
So many people today on our age group having to move back home with mom and dad and thinking, what's next?
Yeah.
Here's your answer. You know, the answer is be you, be great. I love it.
Be you, be great.
Antonio, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks.